Actually, it makes a lot of sense. I think one should ask the question why not rather than asking why integrated reporting, because integrated reporting takes a very holistic picture of the whole organization, and it takes a long term view of the whole organization. Actually, looking back, one wonders how corporates could have reported for so long only on one part of the business. For an example, if you look at non-monetized capitals, which are so important for an organization, has been somewhat overlooked. It's true that corporate reporting included non-monetized capitals, but then that cohesiveness wasn't there, or the objectivity wasn't there. It was just reported for the sake of reporting. So integrated reporting has, I think, addressed all those, and so that is one big advantage in integrated reporting. The other main thing is focus on the outcomes. Traditionally, we have been focusing on outputs. Of course, we have been reporting on outcomes, again, not cohesively. So focus on outcome is another major advantage in integrated reporting. If you take, first of all, if you take corporate reporting, there are two words that go hand in hand with corporate reporting. That is accountability and communication. So when it comes to integrated reporting, first, if we look at accountability, I think we should start from the board of directors. Integrated reporting envisages a lot of things. It's much wider, it has a much wider spectrum. So the board of directors should address the needs of integrated reporting. The board agenda, I think, should follow what is required by integrated reporting. What I mean is, it should address the capitals, it should look at the outcomes, inputs, outputs, and the whole works. Traditionally, the boards are used to looking at what is monetized, especially when they do performance reviews, otherwise what is quantified. I think there might have to be a change in behavior in that sense. Again, looking internally, for employees also, the accountability has to cascade down. So when you have accountability at the top for financial and non-financial items, it can be cascaded down so that all the employees are part of the integrated reporting process. If you look at the communication part of reporting, communication follows from the needs of stakeholders. So integrated reporting actually promotes communication with all stakeholders. So engaging the stakeholders and interacting with them is a key part of integrated reporting. So that provides, that calls for a change in behavior when it comes to stakeholder engagement. Actually, as an organization, for years we have been looking at our human capital from a HRD point of view, that is human resource development point of view. That has taken place. But the difference is now we look at how connected that is to other capitals. For an example, if you look at tacit knowledge that an organization possesses, it's with the employees. So development of capital also causes another capital to develop. So now we have started looking at that capital, meaning the human resource capital, in the context of its connectivity to other capitals. That's a major difference, I would say. Actually, looking back, we have benefited tremendously from being a pilot program company, because we have been thought leaders. It has given us a lot of opportunities. But going forward, I think we want to take the same momentum forward, at least for a few other years until we are completely on our own. By coming here, by participating in conferences and webinars, once you listen to what is discussed, they trigger a lot of thought processes. They give us new ideas, paths to think about and so on. And we have a lot of technical material that we get from the IIRC, which we really appreciate. So, there are a lot of benefits. We want the same momentum to continue for some years until we are on our own.